Also, if you hear any background noise from me, sorry, someone is putting my spare tire on because I have a flat tire as we speak, so that's fun. But yeah, welcome to your live DR for Big Brother Magic Kingdom. Have we talked? When was the last time you did a DR? Was it before HOH?
It was before the results, at least.
Okay, so how do you feel about that? Let's talk about the lip sync for a little bit since we haven't talked about that.
Yes. I haven't written any DRs yet. I've just been really busy with school, so I thought this would just be an easy way to do it, you know?
Understandable, yeah.
But yeah, the lip sync was not great. It took us forever to pick a group, or to pick like a song as a group, and everyone just had a million ideas. And Timmy L, who, you know, like refuses to do lip syncs. I'm on call. What's up?
Oh. This is a little
I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hawaiian roll and some potatoes.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I want some.
Thank you.
Watson wants to come back.
Hi, dog. Okay.
That is cute as hell. Also, I want some.
So I got potatoes now.
Yay! Everything is better with potatoes. It's a mukbang now.
Listen, I'm from Idaho. I definitely believe that.
Everything is better with the potato.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so it took us forever to finally pick a song. And then when we did, I already knew that the other side was going to do High School Musical, and we almost did High School Musical. I was like, let's not do 2 High School Musicals, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so we did, you know, I Want Sam in Love, which I love that song. And I went all out, you know, I cut my hair, which I've never done before. I like dressed up. I was, you know, I got fully into costume. I made the great, you know, I went all out. And then
you killed it.
Thank you. I tried, you know, I had props, I had the books. And then seeing the final product, I was barely in it. And everyone else's costumes was just a purple t-shirt, you know? And it was so frustrating. Like, I understand you have to feature everybody, obviously. And I don't normally mind if I'm not in music videos a lot, but this one I was like, clearly I was the one who tried the most, you know, and it was frustrating to just hardly be in it. And then also the whole ordeal with trying to turn it in and the editing, you know, bless Jill's heart. It was not good. I understand. I mean, I should have just done it, but it's my first day of school. I wasn't going to compromise that, you know, but I just in my head, I could just see like, I would have done a decent job. But
so that I guess kind of leads into the next question of like whose fault do you really think it was that you lost, that your team lost this week?
I think it was a group failure. You know, I don't want to blame it all on Jill because I know editing is really hard and she doesn't have a lot of experience with it. You know, the ending was really stressful. And I jokingly sent a Titanic gif of the guys with the violins being like, it's been a pleasure, boys, because it seemed like we weren't going to get it in time. And then she got really mad at me. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Just the most iconic moment of the season thus far was the moment when you sent that gif and I laughed. And then Jill said, I mean, I can stop. And I literally threw my phone 6 inches into the air and started dying. That was iconic.
I was like, I'm sorry. Like, no, don't stop. Like, I was just a joke. But so what happened was, like, it didn't seem like it was going to get in time, and we had 30 seconds left. So I sent one of the raw footage videos of mine, and I said, this is going to be our music video. She doesn't get it in time. And guess what? She didn't get it in time. And so I was like, oh, sweet Jesus, are the judges actually going to have to see that? And I had to, like, listen to Madison in real time, try and decide what she was going to do. Because we had 2 options, and I sent it in just so we wouldn't get a strike as a group, which we very well could have. So yeah.
Which, for the record, on the DR, I want to say was because like Brian and Minor were nowhere to be found, and I had no idea what decision to make on the matter, and I just had to wing it, and that's what I went with. But I feel like I made the right call, especially since like if Jill hadn't been able to provide like the proof that she sent the video in at 9:30, like I would have had to make a different decision, but she could, so yay. It wasn't chaotic, or it was chaotic, but it was less chaotic.
the judges almost saw me just singing along to Meg's part and then just stopping while the music sang and then singing along to Meg's part. Replaying the music so I could do a part over.
Oh my gosh. What a
Thank God
time.
I didn't have to, though.
I'm happy for you for that. Okay, so how do you feel about the nominations that were made this week?
Yeah, so I was actually fine not being HOH because I didn't want any like blowback, you know, and with those guys doing it, you know, fine by me. Let's see, Alex was picked by Gizmo, which I haven't hardly talked to Alex at all, so totally fine by me. And then Austin was picked, and I know Austin personally, like I've hosted him, and like I just hosted him, and him and Timmy, I don't know, it seemed like Austin brought in this beef from the game I just hosted them in, which wasn't even beef, like Timmy just voted him out, and it just, I don't know, it seemed unnecessary, and I totally get why Timmy nominated him, and I'm totally fine with that. I have no idea what Chips is going to do, so that's interesting, because Chips just won veto. He is in that game too. So I'm totally fine with the nominations. I was really glad. I mean, we made the alliance between the 4 HOHs, which was really nice. I mean, I like all those people and stuff. And yeah, you know, I'm just kind of vibing now. I feel bad. Like, I feel like I'm not active enough, like with some chats, but it's like school's going on and stuff. So, but then sometimes I feel like I talk too much in the tribe chat. So I don't know at this point. It's hard trying to find a balance.
Valid. So my next question, I guess. Sorry, I had to get out of my car because part of the jack was under my seat. So I guess my next question for you is how do you feel going into the next round coming up? So because obviously like veto was just announced at the time that we're recording this, that Chips won veto. We have yet to announce what he's doing with it. So how are you feeling going into next round? Like, are you gonna go hard for that HOH? Do you feel like you need power? Who are you nervous about getting into power?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try too hard for HOH. I mean, I'm not gonna not put up an effort, you know, but I don't think at the very next round I'm gonna need it. If Chips for whatever reason decides to take Austin off the block, then I guess I'm not really worried about Austin either. I'm not really worried about too many people, I guess, being HOH. I don't know. I feel like I'll be okay. I feel like I'm social enough to last at least for the first couple weeks, you know, before like any real drama happens. So I'm just gonna try and vibe with everyone, just keep it cool, keep it fun, you know. I would have been worried about Brian, but we had a decent talk yesterday, so I think I'm okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good place to be. Good place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else has been going on in the house that I'm unaware of? Is there anything? I can only ask about what I know about. So what's the tea?
Let's see. Jill and I made up, or I went to her and I said, "Hey, don't feel bad about anything. Like, sorry." And she was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry if I like fucked it all up." And I was like, in my head, I was like, "You kind of did, but don't worry." Like, it really. I mean, I've done worse with music videos, like myself. Like, the very first one I had to edit. Like, I had to teach myself how to do all that and stuff. And I erased all the footage by accident, and so I only had 2 clips to use, and there was like 10 minutes left, and terrible. So, you know, it could have been worse, and she did her best, and that's all we can ask. So, but yeah, we made up. She said thanks for checking in and stuff. Yeah, I'm still not super thrilled with Timmy L because he refuses to do them. Then he took over on the planning part, like, oh, we're not doing this song, we're not doing this song. It's like, well, you're not going to do any of them, so why do you care? I love him to death, but that was frustrating. And it's not like, I mean, if I had, you know, if I was uncomfortable with something and I knew it took place in every org and I knew I didn't want to be on camera, I would teach myself how to edit so I could at least be useful, you know? And he's just like, I don't know how to do that either. So sorry, guys. So that, you know, still frustrated with him for that. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. Not much has been happening. I mean, Timmy and I talk like every day on the phone, and he keeps me updated on what's going on and stuff. Like, I think him, Gizmo, and Liam are going to start an alliance or something, which is cool. Like, I want him to be in alliances that don't involve me, so we're not seen as like a pair, you know? And yeah, that's about it. That's about all I wanted to say.
Cute.
Oh yeah, and Timmy, Ruthie, and I started an alliance. Us three. So.
Yay, cute. So, I guess my last question for you, because I like to do this pretty much every time to check in. Who do you consider your closest two allies and your like furthest two enemies, or I guess kind of like who are you farthest away from? Because it's too early to maybe have like enemies, but two people on either side of the scale for you.
I think definitely Timmy and Ruthie are my two closest allies, and then my next two closest are Jill and Gizmo, probably. Although I really like Liam a lot too. Love him. And then the people I don't talk to are Jesse. We literally sent like one message to each other. And Alex, I guess I'd say probably I don't talk to hardly at all. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the nominees are to stay the same, who do you plan to vote for as of right now?
Oh God. Probably Alex. Because if there's a buyback, Austin thinks he can trust me. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want like that trust be broken, I guess. If there's a buyback. I forgot to say, there is some tea. I had some tea, yeah. So Timmy and Austin got on call to like squash out their beef or whatever. And like he said, oh, how do you feel about so many Magic Treehouse people being here? And they went through and like talked about all of them. And then Timmy's like, oh, how do you feel about Olivia? And he said, oh, well, she's pretty cool. She's really nice. But like apparently like in her last org, she didn't do very well and stuff. And I know she's going to be super connected and like a big target. I was like, oh, a big target. Like that is the label I do not want whatsoever, you know? Yeah. And so I was talking to Asta. I said, hey, oh, sorry you're like on the block or whatever. And he said, yeah. He said, hey, just so you know, watch out for Timmy. I was like, huh? Like Timmy Z or Timmy G, as he's known in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, he like brought up your name. It was like he was wanting me to say a name or like suggest yours, but I wasn't going to do it. All I said was, I think she's really sweet and I like her, but I haven't played a game with her. I was like, I know that's not all that you said, bitch. You tried to stir up drama between us two. Yes, I was like, okay, Austin. So I might just vote Austin out for that. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we will. I don't think Chips is going to use the veto, so it's probably going to be one of those two dudes going home. So, guess we'll see.
Guess we sure will.
All right.
Okay. With that, I will go check on what Chips is doing with the veto and leave you with that. Thank you so much for doing another live DR. I'm going to end the recording.
Thank you.